Have you ever felt that burning drive to achieve something extraordinary, but then doubted if sharing your plans would bring more harm than good? Imagine if you held that vision close, protecting it like a precious treasure. What if you moved in silence? Hey, Success Park fam, if you're here, you're ready to go to the next level. Drop a comment if you've ever kept a goal private just to focus on it. And if you believe in the power of silent moves, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. You see, there's a power in doing things without fanfare. When you move in silence, you don't need to justify, explain, or seek approval. You're free to create, free to become, free to grow in ways that are untouched by outside opinions. Privacy is the ultimate space of freedom and focus, a place where our ambitions can breathe, uninterrupted by external forces or the judgments of others. When we choose to keep our goals close, we're not just holding back details, we're preserving a powerful energy within ourselves. This energy, when shielded from outside opinions, doesn't get diluted by skepticism, fear, or the projections others may place upon us. Instead, it remains focused and unwavering, like a steady flame protected from the wind. In the quiet of privacy, we're able to reflect deeply on our intentions. We're free to define our goals on our own terms without the pressure of fitting into someone else's expectations. Here, we can ask ourselves the real questions: what drives us? What outcome are we working toward? And in this sanctuary, without distractions, we have the freedom to be bold, to take calculated risks, and to grow with unshakable conviction in our path. Privacy empowers us to explore our ambitions in their purest form, without the need to perform or seek approval. When we operate in silence, we are also giving ourselves the opportunity to fortify our plans against potential challenges. There's wisdom in building without broadcasting. It allows us to identify potential roadblocks, refine our strategies, and develop resilience without external interference. Because in the early stages, a dream is fragile. Just like a seedling, it requires careful, consistent nurturing. If we expose it too soon, it can be uprooted by criticism, diminished by doubt, or stunted by the need for validation. The power in privacy is also in the mastery it grants us over our own narrative. When we guard our journey, we're free from the constant pull of other people's opinions or advice. This solitude in our pursuit creates a deep reservoir of self-trust, something that can only be built in silence. We learn to rely on our instincts, to make decisions independently, and to trust in our own resilience. This internal strength is priceless, as it allows us to stay grounded and focused, no matter how chaotic things may become later. Operating in privacy allows us to keep our energy contained, potent, and untouched by negativity. When no one knows what we're working toward, there are no naysayers to weaken our resolve. This allows us to focus on genuine progress and growth rather than proving something to others. In this quiet space, we transform, learn, and adapt without distraction. We are free to build from a place of authenticity, where each step forward is fueled by our passion and vision alone. Privacy also keeps us aligned with our purpose, helping us cultivate an unbreakable focus that would be nearly impossible if we constantly sought validation or approval. Every moment of silence becomes an investment in our vision. Every act of restraint becomes a commitment to our own empowerment. Guarding your energy is about understanding that not everyone deserves access to your dreams, your time, or your focus. Energy is one of our most valuable resources, and when we protect it, we're able to direct it toward what truly matters. It means being selective about who and what we allow into our lives and consciously choosing where we invest our emotional, mental, and physical reserves. When we guard our energy, we create boundaries that shield us from negativity and distractions. Not everyone will understand your vision, and that's okay. By preserving your energy, you avoid the impact of those who may doubt, criticize, or drain you with their own limitations and insecurities. These boundaries aren't just barriers, they're essential walls that allow you to keep your momentum, to continue moving forward without the weight of other people's doubts or judgments. Guarding your energy also means recognizing that every interaction, every piece of information you consume, and every environment you enter has an influence on you. It's about choosing not to expose yourself to unnecessary stress or drama that could steer you off your path. When you decide to be careful with your energy, you're taking responsibility for your mental clarity and emotional well-being. You're choosing environments and people who uplift and empower you, who align with your goals rather than pull you away from them. In this intentional approach, there's an understanding that energy is finite. You only have so much to give, and if you're not deliberate in conserving it, you risk burnout, distraction, or even loss of motivation. Guarding your energy enables you to work with a sense of focus and resilience. It gives you the mental space to explore your ambitions fully and the emotional strength to keep going, even when challenges arise. This practice is not just about self-protection, it's about setting the foundation for sustainable growth and success so that every ounce of energy you invest fuels you rather than depletes you. Building without distraction is a commitment to focus fully on your purpose, knowing that meaningful progress requires undivided attention. Distraction is everywhere: social media, unsolicited opinions, endless notifications, and each one has the potential to derail even the most powerful ambitions. But when you choose to tune out the noise, you allow yourself to pour everything into your vision with clarity and intensity. When you build without distraction, you become aware of how your time and energy are spent, consciously directing them toward growth rather than scattering them across interruptions. It's about crafting an environment that supports your focus, turning off notifications, setting boundaries with those around you, and creating routines that keep you anchored in your purpose. This way, each step you take is intentional, each moment of effort is purposeful, and each day is an investment in moving forward. Without distraction, you are able to dive deep into the work that matters. There is a richness in fully immersing yourself, in allowing your creativity and problem-solving abilities to flourish uninterrupted. Free from the external pull of comparison or fleeting trends, you get to hone your unique strengths and ideas, developing a level of mastery that only comes with sustained focus. Building in this way is about valuing quality over quantity, prioritizing progress over perfection, and trusting that the small, consistent steps you take without interruption will lead to transformative results over time. In this space of pure focus, you become resilient. You learn to find strength within yourself rather than from validation or recognition. You see obstacles more clearly, and you navigate challenges with a grounded, steady approach, unshaken by external chatter or irrelevant distractions. Building without distraction is a journey of discipline, but it's one of profound empowerment, giving you the control to shape your life, your goals, and your success on your own terms. Inner strength is the quiet, unbreakable resolve that comes from within. It's a deep well of resilience that allows you to push through challenges, adapt to changes, and keep going even when the road is long and difficult. Unlike external sources of validation or encouragement, inner strength is entirely self-sustained. It's built through experiences, shaped by perseverance, and reinforced every time you rise after a setback. Having inner strength means you rely less on the opinions or judgments of others and more on your own understanding and confidence. This strength isn't loud or boastful, it doesn't demand attention. It's a calm assurance that, regardless of what happens around you, you have the capacity to handle it. This kind of strength is cultivated in the moments when you face obstacles on your own, when you learn to trust your instincts, and when you choose to keep going despite the difficulties. Inner strength gives you the ability to stay focused on your path, even when distractions or doubts arise. It allows you to hold onto your vision in a world that might question it, and it fuels your persistence in moments of self-doubt. This strength is rooted in a belief in your own potential, a belief that doesn't waver with circumstances. It enables you to stay steady and move forward, even when others might give up or change course. With inner strength, you develop resilience, adaptability, and an unshakable sense of self. It is the quiet but profound power to withstand both the highs and lows without losing sight of your goals. Inner strength is like an anchor. It keeps you grounded, helps you remain centered in your values, and reminds you of who you are, even in the most uncertain times. The surprise factor is a powerful strategy, one that lets your actions speak louder than your words. When you keep your moves private and work in silence, you create an element of surprise that can leave a lasting impact. The surprise factor is not about seeking approval or impressing others, it's about allowing the results of your work to reveal themselves naturally, at the right moment, and with undeniable clarity. By holding your plans close, you take away the power of others to interfere or predict your next steps. When the time comes for your results to be seen, they arrive with a sense of awe and unexpectedness. People are often too busy observing what's loud and obvious to notice what's growing quietly in the background. That's where the surprise factor thrives, in the unseen effort, in the silent progress, and in the private victories that build up over time until they're ready to be revealed. The surprise factor also offers you protection from early criticism or doubt. When you hold back, you protect yourself from the voices that may discourage or misunderstand your journey. Instead, you quietly gather strength, knowledge, and skill, reaching a level of readiness that few anticipated. And when you finally present your results, they are complete, refined, and impactful proof of the work you've done without the distractions of public input. This approach is both liberating and empowering. It allows you to stay laser-focused on your purpose, progressing without the weight of expectation. And when you're ready to unveil what you've built, it's not only the end result that's powerful, it's the journey, the resilience, and the discipline you kept in the shadows. The surprise factor is a statement that needs no explanation because your success itself is all the evidence required. Embracing the journey means valuing each step, each lesson, and each moment along the path to your dreams. Rather than chasing applause or approval, it's about finding purpose in the process, in the highs and lows, and recognizing that real growth happens far away from the spotlight. When you focus on the journey, you become more connected to the work itself, finding joy and meaning in the effort, rather than the outcome alone. Applause is fleeting, but the lessons and resilience you build on the journey stay with you for a lifetime. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, and every moment of perseverance adds depth to your character. These experiences shape you, refine your skills, and deepen your sense of purpose. When you're focused on the journey, you can take on setbacks without feeling defeated because you understand they are a part of your growth, not a barrier to your success. Choosing to embrace the journey is also a commitment to stay authentic to your own path without being swayed by others' expectations or praise. It means that your progress isn't measured by external validation, but by the quiet victories you achieve along the way. Instead of performing for recognition, you invest in your own evolution, knowing that the rewards of resilience, discipline, and personal fulfillment are far greater than any applause could offer. By embracing the journey, you become fully present in each stage of growth. You build a foundation of self-belief that doesn't rely on approval because your focus remains on becoming the best version of yourself. The journey itself is the reward, a space where you discover your strengths, push your limits, and gain the wisdom that will sustain you long after the applause has faded. Self-validation is the power of knowing your worth and believing in your journey without relying on others to affirm it. It's the quiet confidence that comes from within, from a place that doesn't need applause, praise, or external approval to feel secure. When you practice self-validation, you take ownership of your self-worth. You realize that you alone are responsible for defining your value, measuring your growth, and appreciating your efforts. Self-validation is about trusting yourself even when the world is silent. It's that moment when you choose to celebrate your progress, no matter how small, recognizing that each step forward is significant. You don't wait for someone to notice or recognize your work, you acknowledge your hard work, knowing that the journey itself is worthy of respect. This kind of validation is empowering because it frees you from constantly seeking affirmation from others, allowing you to stay focused on your path without being swayed by external opinions. When you validate yourself, you gain an inner strength that helps you persevere through challenges. You're not driven by the need to impress or prove yourself to others. Instead, you're driven by a commitment to grow and succeed on your own terms. This self-assurance keeps you grounded and resilient, providing you with an unshakable foundation that external voices can't influence or diminish. Self-validation allows you to pursue your goals with a sense of authenticity and independence. It lets you set boundaries, make choices that align with your values, and move confidently in the direction of your dreams. Instead of waiting for others to see your potential, You recognize it yourself and build upon it. In a world that often encourages seeking validation from the outside, self-validation is a revolutionary act, a commitment to honor your own journey and stay true to your unique vision. Outsmarting the Naysayers is about rising above criticism and doubt, turning negativity into fuel for growth, rather than a roadblock. Naysayers often operate from their own insecurities, projecting limitations onto others, but when you choose to outsmart them, you're refusing to let their limited vision dictate your journey. It's not about proving them wrong in a way that seeks revenge or attention. It's about building yourself up quietly, with resilience and focus, so that their words lose all power over you. Outsmarting naysayers starts with setting boundaries and protecting your mindset. By keeping your ambitions private or only sharing them with people who support you, you preserve your energy and avoid unnecessary battles of opinion. You don't need to argue with critics or convince them of your worth. Instead, you stay focused, work hard, and let your actions speak louder than any words could. This approach allows you to stay on track, moving forward with clarity, while the naysayers remain stuck in their cycle of doubt and limitation. When you outsmart naysayers, you develop a sharper sense of self-belief. Instead of internalizing their negativity, you learn to trust your instincts, validating your own journey rather than seeking outside approval. Their criticism becomes a backdrop to your progress, rather than a barrier, pushing you to refine your skills, grow in resilience, and move with purpose. This quiet defiance builds a powerful momentum that critics rarely see coming. You work with focus, keeping your plans out of their reach, letting your results unfold in their own time. When you finally reveal what you've achieved, it's not a response to the naysayers, but a testament to the strength, discipline, and vision you've built in spite of them. Outsmarting the naysayers is about moving forward with unshakable confidence and allowing your success to be the final, undeniable statement. Letting success speak for itself is the ultimate form of quiet power. It's the understanding that the true measure of your worth, your effort, and your vision isn't in what you say, but in what you do. Success doesn't need to be shouted from the rooftops or validated by others. Its impact is undeniable when it's earned through consistent, focused action. When you focus on results rather than the need for recognition, you allow your accomplishments to create the noise for you, proving your capabilities without a single word. This approach shifts the focus from the process of explaining yourself to the power of simply showing up and delivering. Too often, we can become entangled in the need to defend our goals, justify our choices, or seek approval. But when you let success speak for itself, you release the pressure of external validation and allow your work to tell the story. Whether it's through the impact you make, the people you help, or the progress you demonstrate, your success becomes the loudest statement you can make. Letting success speak for itself also means maintaining humility. It's not about boasting or seeking attention, but about trusting that your hard work will eventually shine through. When you remain patient, focused, and consistent, your results will accumulate over time. Those who doubted, questioned, or overlooked you will soon see the fruits of your labor. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth. The success you achieve will speak louder than any words could. The beauty of this approach lies in its authenticity. Success that speaks for itself is not crafted through shortcuts or gimmicks, but through dedication, effort, and unwavering belief. It doesn't need to be loud because its impact will resonate deeply with those who encounter it. By letting your success unfold in its own time, you allow yourself to fully experience the rewards of your hard work, while giving others the chance to admire your journey without you ever having to say a word. Focusing on growth over recognition is about prioritizing the journey of self-improvement and personal evolution rather than seeking applause or external validation. It's the understanding that true success is not measured by the recognition you receive, but by the progress you make, the skills you develop, and the person you become along the way. When you shift your mindset from seeking praise to seeking growth, you open yourself up to endless possibilities and transformation. Growth is an internal process, a quiet evolution that happens behind the scenes. It's not always flashy or obvious to others, but it's real and it's powerful. Growth means consistently improving, expanding your knowledge, and becoming better, even when no one is watching. It's about pushing past comfort zones, learning from mistakes, and evolving in ways that are not always immediately visible to the outside world. This kind of growth is sustainable because it's rooted in genuine development, not in the fleeting satisfaction of being seen or admired. When you focus on growth, you start to value the small, incremental steps that lead to significant transformation. Every challenge, every lesson, and every mistake becomes a part of your evolution. You realize that growth is not always linear, and that setbacks are just opportunities for refinement. The true reward lies in the process itself, becoming stronger, more knowledgeable, and more resilient. Choosing growth over recognition also means letting go of the need for validation. You stop looking for confirmation from others and begin to trust your own journey. You stop comparing your progress to others' achievements and start measuring your success by the depth of your transformation. When you no longer chase recognition, you become free to fully invest in your development. Your self-worth is no longer contingent on external opinions, but anchored in your own growth. The beauty of focusing on growth is that it compounds over time. The more you invest in improving yourself, the more your progress becomes evident, not just to others, but to you. When growth becomes your priority, recognition follows naturally, but it's no longer the driving force. Your achievements will speak for themselves, and the satisfaction of knowing how far you've come will be far greater than any applause or acknowledgement could ever be. True success isn't about the applause, the recognition, or the praise. It's about the quiet moments of growth, the lessons learned through challenges, and the inner strength that carries you forward. When you focus on building without distraction, protecting your energy, and embracing the journey rather than seeking external validation, you create a foundation for success that is unshakable and lasting. The power lies not in how loudly others notice you, but in how deeply you trust yourself and stay committed to your own evolution. So outsmart the naysayers, guard your energy, and embrace the process. Let your success speak for itself and stay focused on the growth that shapes you into the person you're meant to become. In the end, it's not the applause that defines your journey, it's the quiet strength, the resilience, and the courage to move forward, no matter the circumstances, that makes you unstoppable.